Hey, you guys, welcome. I know it's been a minute since I've posted anything on YouTube. So here it is. If you're new here, my name is Joanna. I'm a homeschooling mom to a 10-year-old, and I'm glad you're here with us today. And if you've been here before, thanks for stopping by and spending some time with us again. So like I said, it's been a minute, so this is just going to be a nice little catch up. We're just going to talk, chat a little bit, kind of tell you what we've been up to and what our plans are moving forward with what's left of this year or school year. So like I said, it's been busy. I think I overscheduled us once again this year with too many things outside of the house. So I'm hoping this upcoming school year will be the year that I really make sure we're home at least 2 days a week. And it's also hard because then those days that are free, I'm almost like, oh, we can meet up with someone. Oh, we can do this on that day, or we can do that. I really need to make sure we have more time. So besides overbooking ourselves, in the end of March, we decided to go on a family vacation. We went to Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. So we booked that last minute. It was just, we had wanted to do it last year and it never happened. And then we had the opportunity in my husband's schedule to go. And we were like, why not? This is why we homeschool, so that we can, yes, during whenever we want, get up and go. So we booked that 2 weeks before we went. And so during the 2 weeks before that, I kind of dropped a lot of our school and we just studied the Galapagos, the animals of the Galapagos, the plants and Darwin and how the islands came to be and all that wonderfulness. So we kind of spent 2 weeks doing that unit study. We still did math and we still did reading, but we kind of really focused on that and we were busy packing and buying the things we needed for our trip. Then we went on our trip. And so then we were gone for 10 days. Our trip was 10 days. We spent 2 days in Ecuador and then the rest of it in Galapagos. Upon our return, we felt fine. The next day when we woke up, and when I say we, me and my son, my husband was fine, were so sick. I don't know what we had. We never left the house. But we were sick for a good week. So that knocked us out another week. And that week we did no school. And when we were away on vacation, the only thing I brought with us was reading supplies. So we had books with us. That was it. The whole trip was so educational that there was no need to bring anything else with us. So we really hadn't schooled since 2 weeks before our trip. So, and then when we were finally better, it was Easter, and then we just slowly, our bodies were just slowly getting into it. So we weren't even doing everything at once. So that was a big break, really big break. A lot of it was not intended. I had us scheduled down what we were doing as soon as we came back. So those were my plans. Apparently, the universe had other plans for me. So moving along to where we are now, we are still way behind in science. I think we've literally got 3 months left of science. So I'm hoping we can speed it up once we wrap up math and language arts and history, we can focus more on science. If not, we'll be doing science probably right into 6th grade, 5th grade science right into 6th grade. And the thing is, I don't want to really rush it. I really want him to absorb what he's learning and really get what he's supposed to out of it. So we are just about done with math. I see us wrapping that up probably in 3 weeks. And then language arts and history, we're somewhat behind as well. I think we've got probably 2 months worth left. And that's because we've taken lots of deep dives with history. And I love that, and I don't want to change that. So if that means we are behind, then we're behind. And I keep telling myself, what would I tell another homeschooling mom? You can't be behind. You're on your schedule. You're doing your thing. You know your child. You know yourself. You know what's best for your family. Yet right here in the back of my head, I've got this little voice you're behind. You're not on schedule. So, because usually I will start our next year's curriculum at the beginning of August or end of July. There's no way. I don't think it's happening this year. Except for math. As soon as we kind of finish math, we roll right into the next math. That way, if he doesn't understand a concept, he's got more time to work on it. So we're behind, like I said, but I'm hopeful. And of course, at the end of May, we have a trip to Florida. So somehow we're going to get it all done. But we are moving along. We just, like I said, we have about 3 months left in science, probably about 2 months in history and language arts, because we use Oak Meadow 5th grade and they're paired up. So I never kind of really move on. Jan was really missing lightning literature. So we hadn't been doing it this year. But back in the beginning of March, he's like, Mom, I really miss lightning literature. I had purchased 5th grade lightning literature, so we pulled it out. So that was another addition, and he is really still loving it. He doesn't mind, even though we do grammar with Oak Meadow and we do grammar with Fix-It Grammar, he really doesn't mind doing the grammar in there, except if it's diagramming sentences. It's not his thing. It's too many rules for him to memorize. And that's okay. I just let it be. I'm happy that he does the Fix-It Grammar, where he, shows me that he knows all of his parts of speech and whatever, all the grammar rules. So I'm happy with that. But he loves, he doesn't mind the reading comprehension questions. He doesn't mind the grammar, and he loves their book choices, or at least up to now. We're about to wrap up our second book. So he's really enjoying the books. And then, so we pulled that out, and I'm trying to think if we added anything else in. No, we didn't get to do early modern history from Curiosity Chronicles. So I think we're just going to do the audio of it for fun. I don't think we're going to do the work with it. I'm going to have such a hard time not doing the work with it, because he loves the lap books and he loves the worksheets from Curiosity Chronicles. So I don't know how that's going to go, just doing the audio, but we're pretty much done with U.S. history. And I feel like, but I want him to have that world view of that early modern history period. So I don't know. We'll see what I do. Like I said, I don't want to cram in too much. A lot of his activities are almost done, except baseball and golf just started. So it also feels like there's so much going on. So besides that, we are also wrapping up our botany unit study that we did this year. So that's about to wrap up, and that will be one thing off our plate, even though we haven't done it in quite a while. And I think that's it. So as far as moving forward, I think we're just going to finish things as they happen. We will, when we finish the math, probably in, I think, 3 to 4 weeks, I'm not sure, we will move forward with just review sheets probably for like 2 weeks, and then we'll start the Oak Meadow 6th grade math. And when we finish language arts and history, I think we'll take a break on that for a little bit so that we can focus more on the science, and we'll just read books and do the science and the math. And I think that will work. And I really, really, really want a slower summer. I really want us to have time to just be at the pool, be outside, read all the books, because it's this year I felt like we haven't read as many books as we normally read. And of course the books are getting bigger and longer, and we're discussing them more. So I just want us to read all the books. There's so many books on our TBR pile and so many books on our shelves. We can never get to them all, but I really want to get to as many as possible. Like I said, he enjoys the books they pick out for him in lightning literature. He's enjoyed the books they picked out for him in Oak Meadow this year, and he's read quite a few books. But as far as our read alouds, I feel like those have really suffered this year. So that's what I really want to focus on with him. So those are kind of the plans moving forward. That's what's been going on here. I feel like just playing catch up. I feel like I'm constantly behind. I feel like I'm behind on my house. I feel like I'm behind in life and schooling, just in everything right now. So I am trying to play catch up, and I feel like I need to just let myself relax and just convince myself it's okay. Because I'm just gonna worry myself sick here. So that's kind of what's been going on. I hope you've all been okay and your school year is going swimmingly. I have no regrets that we went to Ecuador and the Galapagos. It was amazing. It was beautiful, magical. Every time I was turn around and be like, this is so magical to be here. It was a trip that Jam really wanted to go on. He's the one who kind of picked this trip last year and we were unable to go. So he was so excited. I mean, all the animals and the plants and just everything. It was gorgeous, magical. We had a great time. I mean, sadly we got sick on return, but I don't regret any of it. It was a great learning experience for us together, and we had a really great time. So no regrets. Instead, we took that time off. We'll just, work some more during the summer than we normally would have. So that's kind of where we're at and where we've been and where we're going. So I hope you guys are, like I said, having a great year. Maybe you've wrapped it all up. Please tell me I'm not behind, that it's just in my head. Make me feel better. No, I don't really think I'm behind. I think it's just my head telling me that, but we'll catch up. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So I think, again, also nerves that he's going to be 6th grade, middle school next year kind of also plays with my mind. So we'll be good. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We're going to be coming back. We're going to do the U.S. history videos sharing what we used. I think there'll be 2 more and those will wrap it up. And I think probably a reading wrap up as well. And we've had some other little curriculum come in. So I'll share those all soon. And yeah, I think that's it. All right. I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for stopping by.